All right, we just got our RO system and we're going to go through and kind of show you what all is included with the system and how it installs in your kitchen. So in the box you should have the instructions that come with it. If not, we do have them on our website at AFWFilters.com. And we also have a flow lock leak protection device we'll show you later. This is kind of handy to help you from having a mess under your sink if something leaks on your RO system. Comes with a faucet, although in this application we have a faucet already installed in our sink here we're going to use. We're going to have a wrench, which makes opening the filter housings easier. And we have an install kit that has all the fittings that you'll need for the install. And the RO system itself comes all put together and ready to use. Tubing attached and all ready to go. And then the only other thing we have in the tank, in the box, is a tank, your storage tank. All right, we've unwrapped the RO system, took all the plastic off of it and attached the tubing. The tubing is connected to the RO system already. And over here on this side, you see our piece of red tubing. That's your inlet. So the red tubing is going to be the water feeding the system. The clear line here is going to be going to your storage tank. And the blue line is going to go to the RO faucet on your sink. You have the filters in here, your pre-filters, a sediment filter, a granulated carbon filter, and a carbon block filter. You have the membrane in the middle on top that purifies the water, and then a final taste and odor filter that is a carbon polishing filter for the water that comes out of the storage tank. Now, if you ordered a system other than the 5-stage, if you have one of the systems with the specialty filters will not be connected to it. There will be instructions on how to add those in a diagram that shows where they go. You can basically put them anywhere in line after the membrane, and typically you'll put the final post filter last. So you'll disconnect the tubing going into the final filter, run it through your other filters first, and then to your faucet. And we also have a video on our website that shows how to add those other filters. The first step you're going to do is install the faucet for your RO system. In this application, we already have a faucet installed in the sink. You can drill a hole either in your sink top or your countertop to put the faucet in. For the standard faucets, you will need a 1/2 inch diameter hole. Larger holes are okay as long as they're less than an inch. The base at the bottom of the faucet will cover up the larger openings if you have some pre-drilled holes in your sink that you're using. This is your feed water adapter that's in your install kit. You're going to locate your shut off under the sink. We'll show you here in a minute. Disconnect your faucet line that goes to your cold water faucet side. This will screw onto your feed water adapter. Then your faucet line will screw on this side, and then it has an opening for the RO system to connect to with a shut-off valve to easily shut off the water to the RO when you're servicing it. Cold water shut off underneath your sink, and you'll see a line going up to your faucet. Make sure it's the cold water side. You're going to shut off the fitting, shut off the water supply to your faucet so you can loosen the flex line that goes up to the faucet. Okay, the fitting has been installed. We used some Teflon tape on the threads for the shut-off, put the ball valve in place. We made sure and reconnected the faucet line to the top of the fitting and turned the ball valve off that would feed the RO. At a later step, you'll connect the tubing to that feed water fitting. The next step you're going to do is install the drain saddle. The drain saddle wraps around your drain pipe, usually picking a location that runs up and down, or if you have a dual basin sink, you can even put it on the cross piece between the two sinks. What you'll need to do is drill a hole in your drain line, a 1/4 inch hole, and then you're going to have a felt pad that goes over the hole, and then the drain saddle, you will put together, centering it on the hole, and then screw the clamps together to tighten it down snugly. This is the storage tank. You'll take the storage tank out of the box. It will have a stand that comes with it that you'll put under the sink if you want to use it. At the top of the tank, there's a threaded fitting. You want to make sure and put Teflon tape on the threaded fitting, 2 to 3 wraps depending on the thickness of your Teflon tape. And then the ball valve, which will go on there, you'll screw that ball valve on. You'll just want it snug. You don't want to over tighten it because the fitting can break if you over tighten it. Now that you have your tank ready, your drain saddle on, and your feed water adapter on, and your faucet installed, you're ready to put the RO system under your sink. Before you connect your RO system, make sure all the housings are tight. Make sure all the fittings appear tight, they're just hand tightened in. And then make sure all the tubing is firmly pressed into the quick connect fittings. We'll show you how to connect the tubing to the storage tank. Go ahead and push the tubing into the fitting. When you push it in, you'll feel a little bit of resistance, and then push harder and it will go in another 1/16 of an inch and lock in place, and you won't be able to pull it out. If you have to remove the tubing, you'll want to hold the small ring in at the end of the fitting and with both fingers, and that releases the tubing so you can pull it out. With your system comes a flow lock device. This is a safety feature that will turn off the water to the RO system if it leaks. So you'll have the tray, and then you'll have the flow lock device shut off. And you see that here it has a couple screws to hold it down. You can pick either side. There's a couple different places you can connect it. Either one's fine. Screw that down firmly in place. All right, now that you have all your tubing connected to the tank, to the drain saddle, and on the feed water line, as you can see in the picture here, it runs through the flow lock tray. So from the RO system, it runs down to the flow lock shutoff device, and then from the shutoff device to your water supply line. Make sure you note the in and out on the flow lock device and put the little blue clips in to keep it from coming apart. Then turn on the water supply to the RO system. It will take a few minutes for all the housings on the RO system to fill up with water. But at this point, you want to check for leaks. Check all your connections for leaks, check all the housings, fittings, and watch them carefully for a few minutes to make sure there's no leaks. It will take quite a while for your RO system to start producing water. And it could take 2 to 3 hours for it to fill up the tank before you can start getting water out of the faucet. After your tank does fill up the first time, you'll want to open the RO faucet on top of your sink and let the tank completely drain out till it's down to a trickle. Do this twice before you start using the water. Once you've ensured that everything's installed correctly and there's no leaks, you can put the flow lock pad into your flow lock device. This pad has a plastic wrap around it. Make sure to remove the plastic wrap. And what this pad will do, if water gets down in that tray, it will swell up and lift up the shutoff device, shutting off the water to the RO. So open up the shutoff, remove the plunger from inside, stick the pad inside the chamber, put the plunger back in, and then flip the shutoff back down. So if you have a leak from your RO system, that will swell up, lifting that tab, which will shut off the water to the RO, so the leak will stop. So that's something to check. If your RO is not making water, check to see if that's been popped up. In that case, replace the flow lock pad.